Today I wanted to talk about shopping vintage, scouring thrift shops and vintage stores and consignment stores to find some great pieces at fantastic prices. And I thought I'd share with you a few of my tips and tricks of how I do it. I've had a lot of luck over the years vintage shopping. I found some really great pieces and it is a lot of fun. I know some people don't love it because it's a little bit more time consuming, but I have some ideas that I think will help you with this. So if you do have somebody in your life who likes vintage shopping more than you do, send them a list. The thing is, the fun part about vintage shopping, as we all know, it's the hunt that makes it so much fun. So whether you're shopping for yourself or somebody else, it's this idea that you found something great at a great price. Latest acquiry is a pair of pants that I actually thought were silk because of the quality of the fabric, but they're not. They're polyester. But when I saw the label, Karl Lagerfeld, Paris, I was like, okay, these have got to be good. The quality of the polyester feels so great. It's heavy. And I was a little bit concerned about buying pants in a store that I wasn't going to try them on. They were only $10, so I knew I wasn't taking a huge risk, but I really had to think about it for a minute. When I saw the size, I was a little concerned because these are 1 or 2 sizes bigger than I would normally go. But because they are high-waisted with a belt loop, I figured, okay, I can wear a belt or at the very least, get them taken in and spend another $20 or $30 for a Karl Lagerfeld pant that cost me $10. I figured that's a pretty good deal. Now, the other thing that concerned me a little bit about a pant with a pleat in the front is exactly that, the pleat in the front. At a fast fashion or at a store in the mall, a store that's not necessarily designer, I'd be very wary of doing a pleat in the front because it can go wrong really quickly. But because these are Karl Lagerfeld, I figure that these are going to be really well made, that they're going to be well designed, and that the pleat is going to fall really nicely. When I got them home, I was pleasantly surprised at how great these look on me. I haven't worn them yet because it's been really cold, but I'm really looking forward to wearing them a lot this spring. So here's how I styled them. One with a white dress shirt, high-waisted with a black and white belt, and the other way with a short sleeve pink sweater. I like the way this looks. It feels really comfortable and definitely something I'll be wearing into the spring. Okay, next thing that I wanted to show you is something that I've owned a version of this kind of thing since I was a young teenager when I first started vintage shopping. And I love this kind of quality cardigan. It is an old sort of grandfather chic cardigan. It's 100% wool. You can tell the quality of this because of the heaviness of it. Also, the buttons here, they're definitely a covered leather button. You can see in the quality, there's no chipping, which often happens with like a plastic faux leather covered button. Also, I looked at the detail in the eyelet on the other side. It's nice and long and looks really old. I figured that this was a really good quality sweater. Now, this I bought in a vintage store that's a little bit higher end. It's been curated. It's really quite beautiful. They have great pieces, and it was a little bit more on the expensive side, but I knew that I wouldn't find something of this good of a quality and this kind of condition in a thrift store. So I figured, I know I'm going to wear this a ton, which I have. So I figured that the $60 price point was okay to spend. This is the kind of sweater that you're gonna have for forever. I feel like because it's so heavy, I definitely wear this in the spring as like a light jacket. I've had so many compliments on it when I've worn it. And also the sentimental value for me of something like this is just worth the price point. When I did look up this company, it is made in Canada. It is a Canadian company. I'm pretty sure that these retail for anywhere upward of $150 to $200. So here's an example of 2 ways I've worn this cardigan before. Dark denim jeans, a woolly sock, pair of Sperry's, white t-shirt underneath, and then the sweater acts like a little light jacket. or with a white pair of jeans, a scarf, same white t-shirt underneath, pair of boots. And what I love about that look is that it kind of has a little bit of a fisherman vibe. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about is shoes and boots. Now, in the past, I have bought boots that I fell in love with because of the label and got really excited that they were in my size and the price was inexpensive. But then when I got them home and wore them a few times, I realized I really was walking in somebody else's shoes and how uncomfortable I was. It hurt my back or hurt my knees, and I thought, this is not worth it. So I'm very picky now about buying shoes or boots vintage, and I think there's a few things to consider. First of all, whether or not they look brand new. So this pair, my daughter found these for me. She knows I love this brand. It's a French brand called Palladium. I have other shoes from them, but these are a little bit more like a boot. They're like a 3-season boot. You can wear them in the winter, the fall, spring. They're super comfortable. And I asked her when she was shopping, do they look new? How new do they actually look? Can you feel on the inside? Does it feel like somebody's worn them a lot? She tested it out. She said, absolutely no. They didn't feel like that. And they were only $5. And I thought, okay, this is the kind of thing that retails for about $150 new. And I thought, okay, for $5, I'm going to take the risk, even if it's something I just wear in the garden. I absolutely love these. They're so comfortable. I ended up buying a pair brand new for my husband. They're so comfortable. And I love the kind of sort of combat look that they have. So another thing to also consider when you're thinking about buying a pair of boots or shoes is how worn the sole is. Obviously, if the sole is really worn, then that person has worn them a lot and you might not feel comfortable in them. The reason why the Palladium boots have that kind of combat feel to them is because they were originally created for the French Foreign Legion to handle diverse terrains. And that's what makes these boots so comfortable. Here I've styled them in 2 different ways, one with a skirt and one once again with the white jeans. Really simple, love the feel of them, and they are so comfortable, even for a vintage find. So that's it, my friends. I hope you liked my ideas. I hope you liked my tips. Let me know in the comments down below. Please hit that subscribe button so I know to continue doing content like this. For more style ideas, more inspiration, don't forget to follow me on Substack, on Facebook, and on Instagram.